Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to RedIn30, where we make you red in 30. Literally, we got 30 minutes to do this. There's some music, Donovan Montreal. Marvelous, go.
Wake up, now don't hit that snooze button. Wake up, boy, it's time to move something. Kick up, I ain't trying to lose nothing. Make up, break up, find yourself a new something. I'm at 95, but I want 100. They all claim to live, but I can't see nothing. They be talking quick, but I
Push that button. We just talking about pushing buttons.
double up, but I'm here to start.
King.
I know what you needed. Bet you thought nobody knew. Oh yeah, your mind is what I'm reading. The fresh is why I'm born for you. I know you can see it cause it's marvelous. Diamond bright like demon cause it's marvelous. Addicted got you fiending, it's so marvelous. Nighttime be daydreaming cause it's marvelous. I know you can see it cause it's marvelous. Diamond bright like demon cause it's marvelous. Addicted got you fiending, it's so marvelous. Nighttime be daydreaming cause it's marvelous. Nighttime be daydreaming cause it's marvelous.
New music.
Nighttime be daydreaming cause it's marvelous.
Turn the music up, we about to win with it.
Yeah, take me.
This is RedIn30, the RedIn30 podcast. We make you RedIn30 literally. We got 30 minutes to do this. I am DM. EJ, you here? Rodney, you here? Yo, we here. And this is the RedIn30 pod, where we talk about Jesus, truth, and you, all using red words. We love the entire Bible. We believe the whole Bible is a story about who you and I are. But we believe the red words tell us who we are in the story. Once again, Jesus, truth, and you, all using red words. We jumped off the last podcast, bro, and it was dope because we were talking about the authorization key, and I hope people heard it and accepted it and felt and kind of took it in on being unlocked, because sometimes that's just what it is. You just have to be unlocked. Unlocked. Remember that? Unlock the swag. Remember?
Yeah.
I don't know why I be thinking about that random stuff, dog. Unlock the swag. And then the boy, you say unlock. Unlock. This right here, unlock. No, so, but they unlock it. And you were saying something, EJ. Go ahead and say what you're saying. We were talking off air.
Oh yeah. Last pod you said was
Adversity.
Yeah, adversity, right?
Adversity, and you said adversary.
Yeah, adversary.
But the adversary brings adversity.
Right. So we talked about that a while back, but embracing the adversity. You know what I'm saying? But Jesus faced that. He faced that. He couldn't. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He couldn't run from it.
He faced it. Facing your adversity.
He had to face that. But in facing that, he came out with the key.
He came out with the key.
Came out the key for it to.
Yeah. What a key to life.
Yeah, right.
The key to taking the sting of death. The key of taking away the power of death.
Right.
That's the resurrection. But the adversity brought him to the key.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all get what I'm saying? It's and I love it where we left off at, because we were talking about the treadmill we had, and a lot of times your adversity. So you come to an adverse situation, and it comes to a confrontation or whatever words you want to use, something coming against you to feel like it's stopping you, or it's an offense. Like you're talking about Peter, you're an offense to me. Your offense is a stumbling block. Like you're not allowing me to get to the thing that I need to get to. You're an offense. But sometimes, in I don't want. It's not a versus. It's not a versus of things. But sometimes it's we learned that good and evil was not good versus evil, but it was in Aramaic, in the original language of Jesus, it was ripe and unripe. Mm-hmm. So if you go unripe and ripe, you're really talking about a progression of growth. A progression of maturity, a progression of time. So it's really not two things against each other, but just two things in two different places at two different times of growth and maturity. So in the I think it's Paul or one of them say in the letters that it will say, resist the devil, right?
Right.
But Jesus said, resist not evil. All right. Now, if you can't handle it and you want to stay monotone and mediocre, then you need to go ahead and keep resisting the devil. Because you don't want to go to fisticuffs and engage your adversary. You know what I'm saying? Because fisticuffs, you ain't heard that in a long time. Physical, because you're not ready. But the next level is engage your adversary. Embrace the adversity that the adversary brings that he doesn't know. And sometimes I'll be like, want to whisper. I know people going to hear this or whatever, but it's like, it almost feels like a secret. Like he doesn't know that the adversity that he's bringing to you is actually unlocking you. Mm-hmm. Like you about to unlock another level in me, bro. Like you didn't know that you about to unlock another level of me. Everything that's ever come against you, every person's ever talked about you, tried to put you down, tried to hold you back, they didn't know that they were unlocking another level of you.
Yep.
When somebody has words or they say things or they do you wrong, we were talking about a couple of pods ago, somebody snaked you with that check, right? And you still be thinking about they unlocked another level of you.
Facts.
Uh-huh.
Did you make it?
Facts. Yeah.
You here, huh?
Yeah.
They always say, did you die? You know what I'm saying? Like people say, like, did you die? So if you're here, then that means that whatever that was at that moment was not the, I'm using the word, I know it's pardon the pun, but the key factor in your existence. Because you made it past it, and you made it past the individual. Now, I do know that you're a thief, so we're not going to go down that road no more. It doesn't mean be naive or ignorant. Right. I understand who you are, so understand what's going on, right? Right, I know what to look for. But that adversity unlocked something in me, and whether it was temperance, whether it was patience, whether it was, you know what I'm saying, long suffering, whatever it was we want to use, we didn't go murk that boy. So it unlocked something in us that previously at the front of my mind wasn't there. It's unlocking. Your adversity unlocks it, and your adversary doesn't even know that they're bringing it. This is why he says, watch this. He says, watch this. He says, love your enemies. Pray for those that despitefully use you. It's very easy to do this when you have the proper perspective.
Yep.
When you realize that your enemies or those that despitefully use you are only unlocking another level of you.
Right.
Thank you. Thanks to all my enemies. I don't really see them as enemies, but if you believe that you're, huh?
I said they did exactly what they were supposed to do.
They did, Rodney, they did exactly what they were supposed to do. It was meant to be like that for a reason. I heard somebody say that God allowed it to turn into Babylon for a reason. You know, we trying to, Babylon, like even stuff is going on in the world right now. It's adversity, but it's for a reason. Because you're so busy, if any man come after me, the same scripture in Matthew 16, let him deny himself. Take up the cross and follow me. Why? Because when you take self out, you can see, right? You don't even see what's going on. You don't even see how I'm growing you. You don't even see how I'm increasing you. You don't even see how I'm making a juggernaut out of you. You don't even see it because you're stuck on that version of self. He who saves his life, lose it. He who loses his life and might sing the gospel shall find it. You about to find what? It sounds like a key to me. Seeking and all that. It sounds like you're finding something that wasn't unlocked before.
Right.
You get it? But because self, the system and the serpent wants us to be so caught up on self because he knows self is a blinder. And he knows self will stay locked in that version of self, and it will do everything that it can. You ready for this? It'll do everything it can to maintain that version of self.
Yep.
It's self-preservation.
Yeah.
That's the word. I'm trying to preserve who? Self, instead of unlocking. So here we are. Jesus faced the adversity. Now we're talking about how I unlock my TV on the Peloton, right? Now here's another. You ready for this? And I know this stuff comes. Now the first thing I'll do with the Peloton is like, man, you know what I'm saying? I ain't know. I'm gonna tell you my thought. My first thought was like, man, I done paid, this thing $35, whatever it is. Man, I ain't want this thing if I can't watch nothing else on here. You know what I'm saying? Why I didn't think about this before?
Right.
Now I'm ready to send it back. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to, I don't want it, whatever. But instead of allowing, and it's not a simple adversity, but instead of allowing that wall to become a wall to me and to make me feel some kind of way about what I have, I found out how to unlock it. Now here's another one. These adversities come, y'all. And this stuff is so simple, but I'm still talking about sequence. I'm still talking about authorization. I'm still talking about unlocking, right? I'm still talking about ignition, right? Because I know that there are things inside of us that hadn't been unlocked, right? And watch this. I'm seeing this now, and I'm still getting to my example, but I'm realizing that there are tares that have been sown in our souls that have been unlocked by lies. Y'all catch me? There's another type of ignition that has been planted implanted into your soul. And then the continuation or the feeding or the conditioning of the lie unlocks that. And that's why you think you don't know whether you're a boy or a girl. That's why you think you don't know who you want to love and who you're supposed to be.
Right.
Because you don't even realize that even the process of procreation and proper sexual activity is actually a key and a lock.
Yeah.
We're not going to go into there because I don't know who all watching this right now. But you don't even know you're violating the keys.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, so that's another one that we'll do, all right? But so it's unlocking the parts in there that have been implanted into you, the sown while you were sleeping and you didn't know it, or sown in you through a bad situation or whatever, and now this thing has grown into you, and now the lie comes in and tell you, me too, I was like that too, and then and all of a sudden now you unlocking stuff in you that's not the real you and it's still a counterfeit.
Right.
So it's not the only thing that could be unlocked with the counterfeit keys, all right? But so I had to say that because sometimes people think the real you is that, and they think they got a revelation. It's really not a revelation at all. Mm-hmm. It's boy, I ain't never heard this word before. You ready for it? It's not a revelation. It's a develation. Let's trademark it. Develation, right?
Develation.
It's a develation. It's not a revelation. It's a develation. It's an evolution, an evolution. Like that's what it is.
Right.
That's so dope. So I'm in the crib today, right? And I'm going to show you how adversity, you have choices when you have adversity. I'm in the crib today. And we in there, so I'm trying to. I want to wear this sweatshirt. Now I went and I wore it the other day, and I worked out in it, so it was sweaty. So I could just throw it right back. I guess I could have. Nobody would. You can't smell it through the camera, but it would have been me, right? I just in my mind. So I said, well, let me. I need to wash it. So I put it in the wash by itself. I put it in the wash machine. Put it on rapid wash because only this sweatshirt. Rapid wash, 25 minutes. Boom. Put the little detergent in there. All right, we out there. We rolling. So when it finishes, I'm trying to hurry up and finish it, throw it in the dry, because I'm about to try to come back over here and record another pod, right? When it finishes, in the washing machine, your door will lock. Mm-hmm. And in my little fancy one, got the little lights or whatever, and it'll tell you the door's locked, so it'll lock it to the water drain so you don't have water all over the place, right? It's a good thing. So the door's locked, and the light be linked. So this time, so the cycle finishes, and I go in, and the door lock thing is the light is blinking, and they say the door is locked. So I know the door is locked, so I'm waiting.
Yeah.
So I leave. I'll come back in. It's still blinking. The door is still locked. I can't open it. Pull on the door. Now the man in me wanted to just rip the joint off. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't tell me how to.
Right.
I said, well, I won't break the washing machine. So we go. It's all evening, all yesterday evening. I just left it in there. I'm just thinking it's going to reset. I unplug it out the back of the wall, unplug it up, trying to reset right? Y'all know the things that we do. I start slapping it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm doing all kind of stuff. And I want you to find yourself in life. Because in life, we do all the wrong things. We start slapping things. We get angry. We unplug stuff that shouldn't be unplugged when there's an easier way. And then you're gonna catch the moral of the story in a second, right? So I go all day. So the next thing you're thinking is, man, I might have to get a new washing machine. Mm-hmm. My washing machine is broken. I'm about to get a new washing machine, or I'm about to call somebody in and come get them to fix it, and I'm about to pay for the fixing of it. All that stuff starts going through your mind, right? And so there's all yesterday. It's all yesterday, and we saw each other yesterday, right? It's all yesterday. And so today I get back in there and I forget about it. And I said, no. So I go back in. The light's still blinking. It's just a door lock button. It's just locked. The thing is, I can't turn the knob. The knob usually makes it come on. I can turn the power button ain't working. Ain't nothing working. I said, man, what is going on? So I begin to search the scriptures. I'm not the Bible, though. I went on a search, though. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added.
Yeah.
I went on a search. I said, I get on there. I said, okay, and I got a mate tag. I said, mate tag, door lock. I typed something. It was like door locked, won't open, or it's locked on stuck on door lock. And I come to the exact video. The video's 1 minute and 12 seconds. And this guy says, he goes to the buttons, and they got the temperature button, the soil level button, and it was like the cycle button or something like that, right? And he says, do this. So you go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. In that order, 1, 2, 3. And the thing go, biddy. Then he said, hit the saw level button twice. 1, 2, ding, and it unlocks it and resets it, right? And then you press the power button and you back to a brand new washing machine.
Yep.
And the door was unlocked, right? And it went click, and I was able to get it out. Now I'm about to go through whatever else because I don't have access to the key. The dude, shout out to the dude. I don't even know the dude. And it's over. He's a bump. This I had to press 1, 2, 3, the 3 button. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So I had to do 1, 2, 3 3 times. Then I hit the middle button. 1, 2. The numbers come on the screen. It resets, and then you press the power button. It goes off, and then you turn it right back on, and it's working like brand new.
Right.
Started the cycle before I left to come down here. You know what I'm saying, to record this pod, right? But I was able to unlock. It wasn't just about the door being locked. I think it was because see, God's trying to show me something because it could have been that my washing machine just wasn't working and I had to reset it. But it kept on saying door lock, and the light was blinking for days. Every time I go in there, it said door lock. A little bit like, but right next to the icon it says door lock. It was lock, and it was trying to tell me that what needs to happen is the door needs to be unlocked. So it wasn't that the power wasn't going through the machine, but there was some malfunctioning in the machine. Don't know where it came from, but there's a malfunction that happens in the machine, which happens with machines at times. Not just machines, but with us sometimes. You ever malfunction?
Yeah.
Have you ever malfunctioned? I've malfunctioned more than you. Like I've malfunctioned, boy, right? And that you need a reset. And then the keys, boop, 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 boop,
Reset.
reset.
Reset, but it's already saying
It's already set. You were already set. You just need to be set again.
Right.
I need to set you again. You get it? You reset. Mm-hmm. And so now, in the simplicity of that, I found out that there's a sequence of buttons that unlock my machine in a way that I never done it before. Now you know what happened. Now you know what happened now, right? I'll never forget it.
Yep.
Let it do it again. Matter of fact, I was so hype on knowing how to reset it. I called the kid and I was like, watch this. And it was already over, but I was like, boom, 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 bring. And I was saying, she was like, what? I said, yeah. And I went, hit the 2 buttons again, bring. And then I pressed on the power button. She was like, what? I said, yup. I said, I'm unlocking stuff, right? You know what I'm saying? Now, I could have called somebody in to pay for it. And you know what they'd have done?
Same thing.
Bring. And then charged me $250 for it.
Yep.
They call it specialized knowledge.
Yep.
Keys. I was able to unlock it and solve an issue that I had. And I know, he said, well, you're just talking about, but I'm telling you, life is the same way.
Yeah.
And there are things, go ahead.
Just by you unlocking, you was able to show somebody else.
Just by, right. And so she'll never not know how to unlock it.
Yep.
Because let's say Jesus says, and in the day you're going to go to the Father. You'll go to the Father for yourself. Mm-hmm. He said, and don't think that you're going to come and ask me to do it because I'm not. You're going to go to the Father for yourself. He said, I'm not going to be here with you always. How long I'm going to be with you? He starts saying questions like that. When he says how long I'm going to be with you, what he's trying to say is, yo, you better pick up what's going on while I'm here because I'm not going to be here with you forever.
Right.
You get it? He's giving us that understanding. So he's constantly showing us how to unlock these hidden things on the inside of us that have yet to be revealed to the world. I'm not talking about revealed to the world like you got some kind of platform or something. I'm talking about revealed in the circumference of your world, of your life, that begins to bring benefit to everybody and everybody and everything that's involved inside your circumference. You get it? But it's unlocked. So what you do, Rodney? Like, what do you do? Like, I know we do a lot of creative stuff. What things you do here? Like, what's some of the things you do? Photography. All right, there's some photography and some videography unlocking that's happening to you. You don't even know it. You get it? Well, now you know it. But there's some unlocking. So when adversity comes, there's a key in it. Most people die in the midst of adversity because they don't know there's a key available. You get it? And sometimes the adversity is the work.
Yep.
It's the time spent, right?
Yep.
But I'm telling you, EJ, what you do?
A lot.
That boy looked at me like, whatever it is that we do, right? I sent the pod, there's an old pod we did called Outrageous, and I sent it to the crew earlier.
Yeah.
Because I want to start putting that understanding into our mind that there are levels of being that we hadn't reached yet. And there's levels of possibilities, and we cannot be limited to what we've seen already. We cannot be limited to what has or has not worked already, because there's always more. Exceeding abundantly above. It says over this in the letters in Ephesians, above all that you can ask or think. But so to go back to God, he says, for I know the plans that I thought to you, plans of peace and not evil, to give you an expected end. For as high as the heavens are above the earth, so are my thoughts above your thoughts. Like what I'm thinking about you, what I planned for you, I ordained you before you came out the womb. Like these plans, I have plans to unlock stuff in you that you don't even know is in there. Do you realize? Like I know we are of the number age that we are right now, but we hadn't been unlocked yet.
Right.
Even with all the stuff that we've been exposed to, we still haven't been unlocked.
Right.
That's crazy. And I'm expecting. That's what Expect the Fresh is.
Right.
I'm expecting a fresh unlocking of me. Right. Now, in order for me to be, it's not like unlock me, Lord. It's not that. You get it? Because you got to do something. Mm-hmm. So the unlocking is going to come sometimes in the form of adversity.
Right.
Say it again.
In the process.
Yeah. The unlocking comes in the form of the process, in the form of a process. And then the steps or the sequence or the order of the process, you understand how to unlock it all day long. We were messing with that computer. I need to get the doggone computer fixed. We were messing with that computer, and for y'all don't know, we got a laptop that we edit on. It works great, but it got battery issues, and so it needs to stay plugged in, right? And so even with using it, there's a way you got to plug it in. You got to make sure it's plugged in a certain way. You got to make sure it don't fall out the plug. You got to upload. You got to unlock it. It's just it's almost like them cars where you got to hit it on the right side and knee it on the tire and then do like this and it'll start up. All that stuff, right? It's almost that type of thing, right? But in knowing the sequence, you're able to get inside and get it started. It's almost like the hard drive we got for Pro Tools.
Oh.
The hard drive, you got to do it a certain way. Or like when you open a Pro Tools, sometimes it doesn't read the interface. So because it doesn't read the interface, I could tell on the little light, the light will turn yellow or green, whether it's read it or connected. So you got to go back out, press Command M, Command Shift and
hold
N,
up the preferences,
and then hold up the preferences, do the drop down box. But we learned that junk.
Yep.
We learned that junk, and now we know how to get in, even when we have an adversity in getting in. Other times, that mug just come right on.
Yep.
But I know if it doesn't come right on, I know the key on how to get on the inside. Yep. And I unlock it and I have access to all that's on the inside. Y'all get what I'm saying? Yep. It's the access. So we the idea of pleasure, are y'all hearing me? And the idea of comfortability is an enemy to unlocking.
Thanks.
You getting me?
Yep.
I'm gonna say it again. The illusion, I'm gonna say not the idea, the illusion of pleasures and the illusion of comfortability is an enemy to unlocking.
Right.
Your unlocking always comes in an uncomfortable, situation.
Yep.
It always comes in an uncomfortable posture.
Yep.
I had to take Nakia today. She had a little pinched nerve in her neck or whatever. Had to take her to the chiropractor. And the chiropractor was a cool chick that my parents used and everybody. And she's real knowledgeable about it, right? And just in her positioning her in a certain way, she could see that she was dealing with sinuses because she said I could see it in her face. And she saw some things in her back, but there were some things she had to do that put her in an awkward position, and then she had to press. I used to go to a chiropractor, bro. He used to be like, you ever been to a chiropractor before?
Yeah.
So he put you there, then he tell you, laying on your side, then put your arm like this, then he hit it and go, ah! You ever heard, mine was yelling at me. He was like yelling like the karate movies. Ah! And I don't know if he was just trying to make me feel like he was doing more than what he was doing or what, but he'd be like, all right, and hey! Like that. and I ain't gonna lie to him. I was like, okay,
right,
I feel a little limber right quick, right? But it's sometimes an awkward position that takes you to reposition, or watch this, what their job is to realign you.
Thanks.
It's alignment.
Yep.
But sometimes I have to be, now watch this, I have to be in an uncomfortable position to be aligned.
Yep.
You get it? Sometimes, and even with keys and different things, that's how it works. The sequence is an uncomfortable position, but it got to be aligned. Just because the door closed don't mean it can't be open.
Right.
I even learned this, Ro, and I said this sometimes when I'm opening your phones, or like you ever use a keypad to open the garage or something like that.
Yeah.
It's not about the actual numbers, right? Like imagine, let's go back to the authorization code. Can we go back to that?
Yeah.
Now I want you to use your imagination for a minute. The authorization code, what it was, KYZP, right, from the last one, right? If I gotta enter those four letters into the computer on the keypad, here's the problem. What if all the numbers and the letters are wiped off the keypad and it's just blank keys?
Yep.
Right? Now I gotta know where KYZP is. Now I took typing in high school, so I can pretty much type like this without looking at it, right? So I know where my fingers go. I think it's like A, E. I don't want to do it right now, but if I had a keyboard from, I tell you, your four fingers start here, and it tells you where to go with everything. And I mean, it's ingrained in my head now, right?
Yeah.
So because I know where the KY, the Z, and the P would be, I don't need the K to signify me what key is K.
Right.
Because I know it already. So regardless of what I've seen and what I've experienced, I know where it is. So because I know where it is, I'll hit it without the number actually being on there.
Yeah.
Now, but what does that mean? It is not the symbolism that's on the key that makes a difference, but it's the sequence in the keys.
Yep.
Y'all get what I'm saying?
Yep.
And the keypad, I had to open up the garage in my parents' house sometime. I had to press the numbers, and the numbers had rubbed off.
Right.
But I remembered the sequence, and I realized that it's the sequence, not the numbers, because I could have put the same numbers out of order. But it's the sequence that I put the numbers in that unlocked or opened the door for me. It's the key. It's the key. So you got to allow yourself to learn the sequence, experience the adversity, learn the sequence, learn the key, and then the key becomes who you are. Now, nobody can ever take the key out your mind, and you always have access to get on the inside. It's RedIn30, guys. I don't know what else to tell them right now. I just, this is, this is clear.
You got the keys.
They got the keys. And so I'm going to say this again. There's an ultimate unlocking that's happening to you. And I don't, I'm going to say this, and, we get very, I don't know what we get, and we think we need to jump over all these hurdles and we need all this. But right here under the sound of my voice, the key of my voice, the key that I'm talking to you in, the tone of my voice is unlocking the tone in you and unlocking the keys inside of you. And it's going to translate. I listened to Outrageous today, and you made a statement. You say Jesus is just looking for somebody to be him in their lane. So I'm saying now that you'll begin to be Christ in the lane that you're doing. You may not be in my lane. Ro is doing visual, audio, and I mean a visual, and he's learning some audio, but visual and photos and video. EJ audio. It may not be in that lane, but you be Jesus in the lane that you're in. You be Christ in the lane that you're in, and these words and these things that we see and the things that we're doing this conversation will begin to unlock you into being Christ in your lane. This is RedIn30, guys.